this is pointless. My head's about to split in two.
No morbid talk allowed while we're eating, Balti. You hear me?
So I went rifling around for a lead. I got to thinking.
No, it can't be.
That's right. Our professor is no ordinary human.
Oh no. No, no, no! Hit the mark, did I?
Okay. We need to figure out their objective and stop them from achieving it. That's our mission.
We're gonna destroy them. It's our mission!
Hey everyone, it is good to be back. I know it has been a minute. We'll get right into the first battle after we see some of these class changes. We see Wyleth getting up to Sniper. Here is Leonie the Trickster. She gets those genie boots and the cape for maximum fanciness, and the cape gives her +2 resistance, so that's good to know. Hanneman has a Paralogue coming up, so he's going to suit up to be a mech suit of his own, like Lysithea. And there comes the massive boost to defense, the scholarly defense. And here is Manuela the Mage, upgrading from Monk. We'll see what Detective Balthus actually found out. So let's see if we can get to those secrets in the middle of the forest here.
How kind of them to welcome us with some demonic beasts. They're not playing around.
Felix would play around with some beasts. They would probably fetch a stick if you worked really hard at it.
Hello, you're here. Welcome to the Forest of Death.
It's actually called the Sealed Forest. You might want to
My
check
name
your
is
reading
Grania.
comprehension.
This weakling girl was just a borrowed look for me. This is what I really look like. Now you
Just a little bit of makeup,
I'll
and
take down
it's pretty
every
similar.
last one of you.
Alright. I don't think we actually get any attacks in, so we'll just reposition here for the first turn and see how the enemy responds.
If this takes too long, I might be forced to escape.
Can anyone tell me if that actually happens? That would be an interesting little cutscene to include.
Accommodating of you. As for me, I intend to kill you all.
She intends to collect the blood toll, if you will. Now, Leonie is still plenty fast in the Trickster uniform. She has that Levin sword because her spellcasting potential goes down a little bit in the half-caster class. We get a good crit coming out of Mecha Lysithea. She is training up Hanneman as a mech suit pilot himself. Now then, let's examine what is going to go on over here. We have that sniper and this mage to worry about as we try to take down this monster. We have Leonie here that has some capability to resist things. Where do we want to put her? We can put her pretty safely up here, given that the beast can't retaliate at present. So she gets to chop down that first barrier. Ignatz can go in for the second and takes down a health bar. So he can just fly right back into the forest and be okay. Wyleth is up next. Alright, Wyleth. Just fire away at this barrier that Ignatz started chopping down. We'll get a double attack in. We get 2 crits in a row. Okay, that takes the beast down to 4.
I stand ready.
And we actually haven't even broken down all of the barriers yet. So we're going to need to be careful over there to make sure we get maximum value out of this encounter. Lawrence fails to dodge some magic. Dorothea becoming actually relevant, dealing literal points of damage with her lance. Now then, Hilda is going to have to deal with the barriers over here. Let's make sure she is aiming at the right thing as she starts our first forest fire of the map. It is the Sealed Forest, but you can't seal it off from the power of arson. Claude, you got some work to do, my friend. Here comes 3 damage. 2 installments, adding up to a total of 6. Incredible. Lysithea gets up to 9 just on base, but gets the crit to really dunk on Claude.
I see.
Do you? Because we can't see you behind that shield. Is it like a one-way window thing? Balthus, just come on in and use that pointy stick of yours.
I finally get it.
What do you get? What have you been learning in the Philosophy Club about what the sources of authority are? Now, Marianne can deal precisely 2 damage here, which is less than the 4 necessary to kill it. So that gets the barrier half down, and now Raphael should be able to finish the job while still breaking that barrier. I believe that still gives you the ore. And I am correct. Lawrence once more fails to dodge magic, but it's okay because he has a big reservoir of hit points, apparently. 11 Sword can't quite kill off this mage, and Leone is a bit angry about it. She'll call in reinforcements as Marianne, the Fortress Punch Knight, gets vengeance on her behalf. We'll do some repositioning. We'll rally up Wyleth just in case she wasn't fast enough. And we'll heal Leone up a little bit. Raphael.
Let's get to it.
And Leone has that whole stealth thing going on, and also maybe they don't want to target her. Balthus gets this kill. Finally, somebody else is fresh out of luck. Lysithea has the Stick of Ruin. She does not have time to play with this beast, so she's just going to make it go away. Sir Hanneman gets to level 17. And yes, apparently as an older man, you have higher strength than you ever did at any point in your life, and you should reflect on what that means for you. Lysithea not done with the Stick of Ruin and just kind of puts it through to the other side of that man, and he is now dead. Can we go 3 for 3? No, not quite. So Hanneman actually gets to accomplish something in his role as adjutant.
Predictable.
Good dodge there from Wyleth, and that one did not make it. So you don't mess with Wyleth. Manuela is here as an actual faculty member. We have Manuela and Hanneman providing a little more direct oversight to make sure that things go okay in the Foldin Deer. They have to make sure that the Officers Academy has some kind of standards imposed. Raphael is going to courageously move on up here. Let's just go ahead and use fire. It hits 100% of the time. We get to see the fancy background elements from Raphael being in precisely the right place. Those old golem parts just strewn about the ground. Marianne gets the crest activation and gets up to level 23 for her efforts.
I wonder how much more I can learn.
I hope you learned to get levels like that one more consistently, because strength and defense are the 2 most important things for you. And speed, if you could get that more often, that would make you funnier, at the very least. Here is Leone with the famous finger guns and the famous very unlikely crits. She has to do them sideways just for style points when she gets the crits. Claude can get closer to the treasure and still cast his spells with Thyrsus, and he even gets the kill, not something that he is used to doing at present.
Life doesn't always go as planned.
No, it doesn't. Everything that caused you to be here in your priest uniform using Thyrsus must have told you that. Fire away Balthus, and he even gets the dodge. Now then, Lawrence, with all of his mobility, can just get right up in this archer's face.
You're outclassed.
And with his fancy gloves, he takes it out. Lysithea fears nothing, and will just charge right on ahead. Oh, nobody accomplishes anything. Failure emblem in a nutshell right there. Archer coming for Hilda. She is fast enough to not get doubled, so she lives. Demonic Beast coming out to play. Good dodge coming out from Wylith. And she gets mad. Not mad enough to take out the health bar, so that means we should be able to chop down all of those barriers, get some ore. Leone getting into melee to continue with her style points. Uses a couple more spell slots. Wylith, let's make sure that our radar is accurate. Oh, Wylith can just delete this from existence. There she goes. She didn't need that crit, you know, but she wants the head count, the headshot counter to go up, so she does what she has to. Raphael still has Raphael's Arrow, his brand new spell that he is carrying around. Let's see. Ignatz can just go in with a single chop of the steel axe, get the health bar down. You have a little bit of work to do to mine the ore out of this beast still. But if we're strategic about things, it should be alright. Marianne, get some bow experience, girl. There we go. You got 2 damage, 2 XP. It's all good. Claude does his job of opening the box. And now Lysithea can finish off this archer, making this a very safe pathway to advance. Just a couple of Nosferatus should make Hilda a little healthier and get rid of this Fortress Knight. There it goes. And we'll move on up so Lawrence can draw out the beast. Another great dodge as we use the forest to our advantage. Flame Breath coming for Marianne and Marianne alone. Using the power of forest fires against us. So it looks like all that work we did on these barriers was for naught, so we'll go ahead and use Raphael's Gambit. For all the cleanup that Gambit supposedly does, it's not cleaning up any of the fire or associated debris. Let's see, what do we have to do, Marianne, to deal any damage? Just go in with the steel axe. Leone is a trickster, so she was turning the world around for a little bit. Just a Nosferatu looks like it'll crack through sufficiently. Oh, is she going to accidentally kill this thing? Nope, not quite. Excellent. That means Ignatz can fly in for the kill. Just that hand axe is literally exactly enough. Ignatz going for the style points on the exact Cs. Okay, then move up right there. Now we have Lawrence and left crew to deal with this monster. Explosion successful, gets Lawrence to level 23.
Nobles must be strong.
Wow, Lawrence. Apparently you are still a noble, despite your lack of a shirt. Shirts not required for noble service. I wonder if shoes are. Lysithea. You're not carrying a bow anymore. What happened to your bow knight status? You're going to need to borrow that from Balthus. So you can get on in and attack one of those barriers. Excellent. Now Hilda has some spells such that she can also hit the monster, at least. So there goes Thoron. That also hit a barrier. Pretty hard to see given everything that is going on here. Now Balthus with curved shot should be able to take down the last one. Even get the crest of Chevalier there. Not particularly helpful. We'll draw out Kranya over here while this beast is still out of commission.
Fool to be so brazen. You'll never avenge your father at this rate. I'll have to kill you too, with my own hands.
Oh, not even the sword? You say as you send other people after me? I'm confused by the mix of mechanics and dialogue here. Alright, first things first, we want to finish off this monster. So let's get out of counterattack range, send Balthus out to hit with the mini bow, and he can even canto wherever he really likes. He's going to get repositioned when Krani gets taken out. Lawrence, so, exactly 21 with the axe. I guess it is just exact damage day. We'll keep Lawrence in the forest, and now we have Lysithea and Hilda to try and finish this thing off. 69% crit chance, how could I resist? And Lysithea gets the credit once again.
I'm impressed.
Hilda is impressed with it. It was just using the physical constants of Foldin, but we still have the XP chance there for Hilda as she heals up 1 hit point. Leonie...
Monica, you'll pay for what you've done. I told you, I am not Monica. I am Kranya. Do not call me by that fake name.
Well, Monica was a real person.
I don't care if it takes my last breath. I'll kill you. Please. My powers are beyond your comprehension. You're just a filthy worm.
Hey, her trickster outfit is very clean and fancy. You do not make fun of her. We win the sub-coin flip chance there. That was a little bit of a surprise. Ignatz, can you do this? 78? It's actually pretty good for using an axe against her.
Trying so hard, but now it's time to die.
Look, Ignatz is very proud of his burgeoning relationship with Edelgard. You will not make fun of him for it.
I'll try even harder next time.
I hope so, because not very many of those stats were useful for you. Just fly over here. Now, for no particular reason, everyone is going to reposition and get all kinds of reinforcements. And Ignatz can go again right away. There must have been a big dance party. It's like, Ignatz can just chop right through this Fortress Knight, no problem. Literally no problem, as he gets the dodge. And now we have a lot of repositioning to do. So you can see there's a bunch of repositioning combat arts to use. We've got some healing to throw down. Defensive tactics comes out on Leonie. And now we have Lawrence and Wylith going to draw out some enemies. Ooh, we got a little lucky there. Don't have to take any damage on Lawrence's perfect abs. Wylith also gets a dodge there, so we get to start working down that beast. Still have some repositioning to do to get people into the fight. Now Marianne can blow stuff up. Excellent. There goes the blaze. And will we have an explosion over here too? Looks like it.
This situation.
100% of the time this will go off. There it is. And we don't quite get the forests burning, which is a little bit of a letdown for our crew. But it's okay. We'll take out the monster nonetheless. A crit coming down from Balthus. Wow. You know, if your strength score were not as horrendous as it is, that might have done something, Balthus. Think about that. Here comes an arrow from Lawrence, and let's just keep you in the forest there, buddy. Ignatz and the victors turn the world around whenever they perform. We'll turn the camera back and chop down that barrier. And where do we want you to fly? Right there, so that that knight might have a death wish. Raphael coming in with some understated fire. Poison strike damage goes down. Back over on the left, Leone can move on forward. We're going to keep using Nosferatu as we want to save some of our other spell slots. Good crit on Nosferatu. Leone seems to get him all the time. Just one more barrier to shoot down. There it is. Get to the other health bar, and we get the Umbral Steel. And it looks like that mysterious soldier gets to live another day in the duel with Ignatz, but it doesn't accomplish anything. Tries to get into melee with our sniper, which means it gets to live. Heals on the monster.
Thanks.
Heals on the mysterious mage that lived through an encounter with Wylith. Oh, Claude. You opened a box, and you technically participated. Well, look at you. Your magic attack went up a little bit. Now you can deal marginally more damage in an entirely irrelevant but adorable way. Looks like we have to go all the way up to the Vajramushti to finish things off. Lawrence still looking quite fancy. No shirt, but giant gauntlets.
Quite what I was after.
I entirely agree, Dorothea. You think you're in a very different playthrough than you are with those stats. Not even the Blessed Lance can take it down, huh? Gotta use several charges on it, which is unfortunate, but that does give us enough damage. Just stay right there, Balthus. Provides some linked attack value. Lysithea, keep the camera where it is. And she can just kill it, as her weapon's name implies. That gets her to level 24.
I don't have time for failure.
What happened to your planner? That was episodes ago. Raphael thinks it's amazing that you're succeeding nonetheless.
Strength it
And so he's just going to fire down this thing that was getting all up in Ignatz's face. Ignatz has proven that he can just chop through solid metal. So let's proceed to do that. Oh.
Who knew?
Got hit.
I'm
Might
bit
be in a
uneasy.
tiny bit of trouble, but that's just a white mage back there, so I don't think it can deal any meaningful damage. Still have fires left on Leone, and that guy does not have any lives left after encountering Leone, who goes up to level 26.
Aiming high.
Well, you're certainly aiming for high speed. Got that in droves. Wylith needs a crit to finish this off. Oh, well, there it is. That was quick.
As expected.
I don't know why you thought it was expected with 30-ish percentage. Marianne offering the only compliment that I think Wylith has earned, which is being really tough.
Was that helpful?
And it was helpful, Marianne. That guy's dead now. Hilda can just bring the noise, which is what thunder is, and take that Fortress Knight out. So we have almost a clear path to Solon over there. That Fortress Knight saw what happened to his compatriot and is running away. That White Mage got into melee with Ignatz, so it could be on the heal tile, which I've heard better ideas in my life. Here comes a pointy stick to be driven through the White Mage, free up that heal tile, which Ignatz will promptly take. And now we're going to move into position to take on Solon and everything else that is around him. So here is how we'll draw things out. We'll actually have Balthus on the front line over on the right. And Fortress Knight is coming back. It doesn't know what to do. Good shot there from Balthus. Just a couple more things to kill before we have to move in on Solon. There is the Crest of Chevalier, which, if you didn't know, mutes your combat arts, and that gets him to level 23.
Well, that blood and sweat was worth it.
Was it? Luck and resilience. That was worth it to you. Is that what the Philosophy Club talks about? Just how valuable luck is? Is that the kick you're on today? Still got all our Bolganones, and we're fast enough to melt down the Fortress Knight. We can collect that scrap metal and add on to Mecha Lysithea. Marianne can deal literal points of damage to Solon. Well, that's rude. Marianne does good work, and you will not besmirch her name thusly. You know what? Just for that, you have to contend with Wyleth. That's what these students have been doing for the whole academic year. We are too.
Emotion like fear has no place inside me. That means you must be eliminated.
Wait, you don't like the concept of fear, so you have to kill me? Retake your logic class there, buddy.
That I would lose to mere beasts.
You had the beasts. Good enough to get Wyleth level 26. Well, whatever the logic is.
Dwells within?
Magic, the thing you're actually not using this run?
Tullus will carry out our mission somehow.
I guess this is still far from over.
Who's the MVP? Ignatz! Cool!
That hair, those eyes, that unfathomable power. What happened out there? You mean to tell me that an entity who claims to be the goddess was living in your mind? And it's been that way since you were a baby? And this goddess entrusted all of her goddess-like power to you and then vanished? You're kidding, right? What in the world happened to you as a baby? I don't think they have any plans of sharing that information.
We have no choice but to find another source for that information.
Professor, I have a request for you. Would you accept me into your class?
Did Sylvain put you up to
I'm
this?
sure I would learn so much more if I could study with you.
I don't
Will
know
you
if
give
I'd
me
say
that chance?
more.
I feel I would be remiss if I didn't point out that I consider this decision a most grievous error.
Well,
I can.
we tried.
Thank you. You won't regret this. I'm going to give it my all.
I might not.
Victory is what matters, not the method of achieving it. That's the attitude to adopt. I detect that in your style. It is plain to see.
Well, it's certainly true I don't
You may
care.
Take it however you like. I'll transfer to your class then. Don't make me regret it.
I
Can't
have a
promise
request
that.
for you, if that's okay. So, I want to join your class, please.
Want
Really?
to?
Oh, thank you. I'm so
Oh,
happy
this
right
was
now.
another you were
just know I'll be
trying to
able to
play a
learn all
prank
sorts of
on me
things with you
thing
guys.
and didn't expect me to say
Can't
yes.
wait.
Welcome back, everyone. As you can see, we are desperately gearing up for Hunting by Daybreak. We have Claude trying to get as much lance and gauntlet work done as he can. I want to thank everyone for all of their suggestions about how to incorporate 3 Hopes into the channel. I hope everyone's been having a good time with that game, if they
So this is how it's done.
got it.
Got it.
And I'm wondering now what route from that game you all would want to see first when I start going through it for the channel. So please leave your thoughts. Do you want to start with the Black Eagles like the channel did? Maybe you want to go with Golden Deer because they're currently up right now. Look at all those stats on Claude, by the way. But whatever your thought is, just let me know in the comments. Here is Lawrence becoming a war monk. He has to put on a little bit more clothing, but it gives him some more resistance to magic, so maybe it's worth it. Claude also took a little bit of time to make this happen, but he's also going to be a war monk, so those gauntlet skills can come into play a little more, and we can just see how terrible his stats were with the net gains that he made from just certifying into these classes. Ingrid has a Paralogue coming up, so she needs to hold a weapon of some kind, and there's a class for it. Before we get to her, though, we have Manuela and Hanneman's Paralogue. They got their class upgrades before even the story battle we just showed off.
Blame, we cannot abandon her.
We have plenty of visitors today. Let's stop their annoying rescue attempt.
You're not the one holding her captive.
That is a woman.
Uh-oh. They've noticed me. Here they
Did
come.
they not before? Were you just standing out in the open and they didn't see anything? What kind of operation are they running here? Oh, we can double with fire, and Manuela can just get rid of this archer, get the sick loot that it is carrying around, and get herself to level 20, which would have been nice before the mission started.
I'm not at my best today.
None of us are at our best on any of these days, Manuela. You're fitting right in. Now then, Leone is going to get us started over on this path. We need to get rid of this assassin over here, or swordmaster, whatever it is, because it's just going to kill whoever it comes after that we're keeping over here. Claude might have gotten a new class, but that doesn't mean he can actually finish anything off. So there goes a Sagittae. Get a little bit of a battalion upgrade. And we need someone else to come help out to finish things off. So here is Balthus, another low stat leader.
Couldn't weather the storm, huh?
But he has just enough strength to finish things off. We don't think he has enough defense to be all that worthwhile, though, so we'll back him up with Kanto. Here comes Wyleth to lead things off on the other direction. Oh, a curved shot. Looks like it could have just offed that mage, but we're not really worried about that. We'll take this grappler down to really low HP so that when it comes in to attack Wyleth, it will just die. Looks like even Ignatz, the Wyvern Rider, doesn't have anything to worry about from this mage. Just a tiny little pinprick of damage that is usually reserved for us. So we'll think about the intellectual property suit later and just move Ignatz over here. Now, Hanneman can boost up magic. Might have wanted to think about that before Claude attacked, but at least it'll matter for his counter, and Claude stays alive through some miracle of mathematics. More fire coming at Ignatz, but with the hand axe, he'll be able to retaliate to any and all fire coming his way. This one has a 90% death wish. Looks like he gets it. And Ignatz still doesn't make himself vulnerable to anything more. Good 5% chances there. Was counting on rolling a 20. Didn't work out for that particular grappler, but keep your dreams alive, kids.
Predictable.
2% is a bold attack strategy. I'll give him that. But the 293s managed to connect somehow. Leonie's going to move a little bit forward. Looks like she can just delete this from existence using the maximum firepower. She doesn't get her characteristic overkill crits, but we don't need him today. Claude, let's just take care of that one, since you're still not ready for mage duels in any real capacity. A little more prepared now with the Timotheus Magic Core, getting more and more experience. Balthus apparently doesn't have much to fear from these mages either. Of course, he's not putting out a whole lot of damage on them, given how alive it still is. Maybe Hanneman can finish things off? Smash with the steel axe will do it, and we connect. So Hanneman manages to get a kill in this Paralogue. Manuela already got one, so mission accomplished.
This wouldn't have happened in my youth.
You wouldn't have had magical power in your youth? What have you been doing your whole life? Wyleth gets a crit. That'll take care of things right quick. 96 is kind of a reverse hilarious, so we got to keep that in mind. Ignatz can just burn through these, which they're the ones casting fire. They have to think about what that means. Let's not get attacked by that Swordmaster and fly out of range. Manuela still has quite a bit to worry about, so she might be in some trouble. Hanneman not quite dead. Looks like that point of defense he wouldn't have gotten in his youth. It's useful for something. Let's go for this 87% shot with Wyleth. We get it, so Ignatz should be able to finish things off. He might have to use that lance he is carrying around in order to actually connect, given that I believe these are axe breakers. So there we go. We managed to get that hit, so we don't have to use any pulses for Ignatz. Might need to use one for Manuela still, though. Let's pull Ignatz in, see if he can be a distraction or something. We just have to hope that that warrior misses Manuela, I guess. Leone can double up on this bandit. We'll need someone else to come finish it off. I think that one's actually an assassin, which I identify all swordmasters as anyone that's been watching the channel for a while would know. Mini bow hit goes down. Looks like Balthus has all of the accuracy he needs to make that happen. He had to get off his horse to climb the stairs, get a little bit of healing off on Hanneman, and we can advance him up. And, of course, rally Claude after the fact. So, I guess miracles do happen because we dodged a 69% chance to hit. I didn't think it was possible. First time for everything. Wyleth actually takes a hit here. Her dodge strategy has failed. Hanneman needs some more armor, I guess, because he's still nimble enough to dodge, but not tanky enough to tank the hits. Let's switch Manuela over to offense mode, and that'll give her just enough firepower to kill this off.
Still got it. I've really
And now Dorothea is a master soldier. Ignatz, not particularly worried about that grappler. I don't know how justified he is in his confidence. I guess we will see. Shot coming down from Wyleth across that big hill. I don't know how you can aim that, or how she could even see her target. Punch coming in from Claude. So you can see, not enough to kill anything off. And that battalion growth doesn't actually help him in the attacks that he is actually making. Let's just smash with the steel axe, try to land that 78. Hanneman gets it. 2 kills for Hanneman. And now Balthus has to get back on the horse, as it were. And he can go for a curved shot to take out the grappler.
Couldn't weather the storm, huh?
Or the arrows, more relevantly. We can move Leone up, and she can help out Manuela. We have enough physic range for that, though Leone's physic range is still pretty limited as physics go. Balthus loses 2 coin flips, just as his gambling luck would have us believe. Leone here is doubling the assassin. So the assassins need to step up their game. Catherine is her adjutant.
The better to serve Lady
And it looks
Rhea.
like Leone is a good trainer. Look at all those useful magic stats for Catherine. Looks like Ignatz truly didn't have much to worry about. He is completely fine after taking all 4 of those hits. What do we want to do now? We have that assassin and the sniper up there to worry about. Balthus is getting his personal skill off here, so he has enough firepower to take out the assassin. Now we just need to get in position to deal with the sniper and those warriors up here. So if we get into melee with Leone, she can burn it down or use the Levin sword. We're running out of spell slots, so let's go with the Levin sword. Good enough. And Wyleth can move up here since she has enough dodge tankiness to make things happen. 69% always hits for us. So there we go. Ignatz didn't get healed this turn, so let's just keep him out of the red zone.
What a bunch of meddlesome losers. Maybe we should
We've been
take
called
a
worse.
hostage for leverage. Capture that woman. We'll show them what the Death God gang's made of.
We can already see. We can somehow see everything on the map because this isn't a fog map. That Fortress Knight is very confused about what his strategy is supposed to be. A 14% actually nailed us. I'm impressed. The 11 doesn't quite get there, though, and gives Wyleth a little bit of HP back, which was the literal opposite of their intention. People accomplishing the opposite of what they thought is kind of Violet's thing. Leone somehow doesn't nail both of those counters. And she gets hit by the gambit, so that could be an issue. We have Hilda hanging out with Wyleth, ready to heal her up. Got to worry about these Pegasus Knights coming on in. Wyleth takes one out, no problem, with a curved shot. The other one might be coming for her. She has the Fetters of Dromi, though, so she can get back in the forest. Now we just have to deal with the Fortress Knight and the Sniper. Manuela will make short work of the Fortress Knight.
Worthy of applause.
And that gets Dorothea up to Lance C, so that might be relevant for her class training after this battle. Ignatz can just axe this sniper down and then fly out of Pegasus range. Yeah, we'll put him right there between the two groups so we can help whoever he needs to next turn. Claude, just one wind use is enough.
But victory is mine.
It did not dress for the weather, and now Claude officially knows what you need to do with the Almyran winds. Now, Balthus can't quite make anything happen there, but he tried, and that's what's important. Gotta land a double Nosferatu. It doesn't look like Leonie's in any danger of dying, so she does get some of that health back that she lost, but we made it happen. We got a little bit lucky connecting with those 76s. Fortress Knight coming in from the other direction. Wyleth gets a dodge she needed, both dodges. So she is in fine shape, and we might have several options to finish off that Pegasus Knight. Ignatz, can you one-shot this dangerous mage? You can 100% of the time. Here it comes. Smashed right through. Good job, Ignatz. Smash hit just like your new hit single from Ignatz and the Victors. Manuela can fire away. Well, looks like it meant it when it said resistant to magic. Okay. We'll just go for the 100% shot on the mini-bow. Suit yourself.
Should I have held back?
Well, no. Otherwise, Manuela would be dead. Okay. Wyleth, fearless in her approach. We'll do some repositioning and healing over here since these units aren't keen on moving. And Wyleth just lives, has her single hit point that she's made so many others live with, and what is she standing on? Look at those proportions. Okay. Hilda will heal her up, since Wyleth is not comfortable living on the edge like so many others have. Double wind won't quite take this down. Can we get one of those critical hits? No, we can't. Because it's Claude and not Leone. Alright. Walk up those stairs, Balthus. It has vantage, but you're Balthus. We don't have anything to worry about, right? Right?
Fresh out of luck.
Got the rapier. That could become relevant later.
So kind.
And Hanneman will actually rally Leone up before she attacks, which is a new little strategy he's developed. Ignatz quite angry with this fellow, so deals 117, as one does.
Be mindful.
And now Wyleth has some things to deal with. We'll go in with the pointy stick. Very valid strategy for any Wyleth class. Now she's going to run on over and observe from the lower ledge. Leone will get in here.
We're all unstoppable.
Well, Leone has a difference of opinion on that particular point, given that she can so easily dodge everything you throw at her. And she gets even stronger with that battalion leveling up. Go ahead, toss another axe. See how it goes. Okay, well, if both of those landed, Leone would be dead. But never mind that. Alright, Manuela gets hit, immediately fires back to melt down the Fortress Knight. We don't have any of our mechs deployed, so we'll just have to use that metal for something else. Let's get a little bit of incidental experience healing things up And Hanneman can go in for the kill.
Knight here. That student's testimony was, well, it was utter bunk.
Glad you're telling him that.
You, the weird old dude with a beard. What kind of crap are you mumbling to yourself there?
That's a good question, Bandit
Your
Leader.
pardon? Do not imagine you can insult me without some form of retribution.
Alright, here it comes, the retribution, all 9 damage of it. But it's good enough.
Manuela, are you uninjured?
A few scrapes and bruises, but yes, I'm well enough.
And who earned MVP here? Wylith, boringly. With new additions to the class, we got new Paralogues added to the agenda. So here is Felix, who hasn't earned a class at all yet.
Some villagers are
But
trapped.
he does have the
There's
Stick of
something to see.
Ruin.
Felix, my son, you finally brought reinforcements.
Yes, he's very dutiful as a son. He has a very close relationship with Rodrigue, as we all know, as we learned in Season 2. So, of course he's here to help. Let's have Wylith come on up here, get that special dialogue out of the
From
way.
Officers Academy. Thank you for taking such good care of my son.
Yeah, we literally just
Your
met.
assistance in helping to secure the villagers' safe escape.
Well, I mean, Felix already brought us up on that part. Fire away, Wylith. Take it down to 7. We got a big cluster over here that we got to try and deal with. Looks like Leonie's absorption should be able to take care of some of these. Or it can be completely useless. 80% is 0%. Do we have backup plans here? Lawrence still has his bow, so he can come in and fire away there. I think that was more accurate than his Nosferatu. Yeah, just stay there, I guess, Lawrence. We'll need as much linked attack value as we can get to deal with that mage in the forest. 13 damage coming out of Balthus. Maybe that's helpful, maybe it isn't. We'll find out. A smash coming out of Marianne, since she is completely unafraid of consequences. How far forward do we want to charge, Ignatz? That forest doesn't actually help you dodge. Guess we gotta go for it. Ignatz is decently dodgy. Not quite good enough.
I think I've got the hang of it.
Gets more axe prowess, so that'll help out a little bit. And we can deny them hopping into the forest at least. Here comes Claude, reveling in his newly higher magic stat from certifying as a bishop. And
luck,
looks like
it's fate.
all that trading paid off. We didn't need the crit, but maybe he's been studying with Leonie about getting the overkills. Lysithea has a ranged weapon. That is a new addition to her mech suit. And will reposition Felix, Raphael, and Hilda. Okay, they're already coming for Rodrigue.
Outmatched by a damn bandit.
Yeah, all of the enemies on this map look like...
Stop living in denial, old man.
Well, you'd be in denial too if you saw just random enemies coming for half your HP, no problem. A lot of NPCs taking hits here. This one gets a kill. Good job, green unit. This one comes for Ignatz. Finds out that that is a bad idea. That green unit on the cusp of a kill. He could feel it. Coming at Mecha Lysithea is not generally considered advisable either. So we can see how the balance of that attack went down. Crit coming from the green unit. This one is a champion holding his ground. Gambit on the Kingdom Soldier here connects, but he gets to stand his ground. This guy still standing. Rodrigue, however, looks to be a different story.
Everyone, I'm sorry.
Turn 1. Just have to deal with everything in range of him, huh? Alright, back up to the very beginning. Yep, there's those villagers.
Stay focused.
Alright, back to step 1 here, so we'll talk to Rodrigue. And then... gotta do something different, I guess. We could shove Rodrigue, but that would just push him forward into more enemies. Alright, we can get a guaranteed kill. Well, not guaranteed. There was a 2% chance to fail. But it worked. We kill that unit instead of just hurting it. Let's try out a Blaze on Marianne here. Of course, I knew the RNG would play out that way. I think I understand the system a little better now. So I have to do something other than try a Gambit right now. We'll do Ignatz's attack first. So we want 100% with this RNG number. It looks like got Ignatz a crit. I don't understand the system anymore. Okay.
It's fun when you know what you're doing.
Isn't it though, Ignatz? Good thing we don't. Alright. We might be able to make that Gambit thing happen now. So let's take out the Whack-A-Mole Mallet and see if this 95 can get us anywhere.
Is this okay?
I sure hope so, Marianne. There we go, and we even get our signature Forest Fire for the Paralogue.
I stand ready.
Now, Lawrence can come on in. And do we want to shoot the bow or use the magic? We'll actually test out Lawrence's magic here. Stunning, was it not?
Let's get to it.
Leonie still has her little bit of range boost, so she can finish this thing off. I believe it is the more dangerous of the two things. And down it goes from the finger guns.
Ready and willing.
Claude, of course, still has access to this wind. He didn't need that crit before. Will he get it again? No, he doesn't.
Sweet dreams.
So that one is down. That crit will remain but a sweet dream. Lysithea goes in with her ranged weapon, and it is fine. Do a little bit of repositioning. See the Forest Fire in all its glory. Sword user coming for Ignatz actually lives to tell about it. Kingdom soldiers now going to do their thing. Getting into little sword fights. It looks like they're coming out on top of those, actually. This guy comes for Lysithea again, and there's the regret. And Lysithea even gets the dodge for good measure. Oh, looks like the champion is no more. What about this Gambit? Does that hit? It hits again? Okay. Yeah, the glory over here on the right side is not to be. Oh, coming for Marianne. Bold choice, but it works out to the extent that he's not dead and only wasted spell slots and not his life. Lysithea gets hit by a Gambit. That is a good bit of tactics from the enemy there.
Everything will be fine. Good people of this hamlet, escape while you can.
Oh no, Rodrigue, are you going to get yourself in more danger? Okay, you managed to get that hit. That was a really bad attack, Rodrigue. I know you had other options. Kingdom getting a little aggressive. Taking some chances that don't really look very good on paper, like that one. They're allowed to just do nothing, but they're not going to. We'll reposition Wyleth up there. We want to move Ignatz forward, given how intent on getting killed Rodrigue seems to be. We need to move quickly, so we'll move Wyleth and Ignatz up to see if they can engage the commander on the next turn. And then Hilda will join Lysithea and Claude to see if we can get some XP real quick before the mission just ends. The Iron Axe looks like it has the best chance of ending that enemy. There it goes.
This is what I do.
And indeed, Lysithea killing everything is her new job. Claude, you have joined the ranks of worthwhile units. Good job.
Sorry, but victory is mine.
Weakling. That should put a stop to their reinforcements.
Yeah, if Claude killed it, it can't have been the strongest unit. Here comes Raphael with a curved shot.
Won that.
Still his strongest spell is throwing the magic. 69% chance, always hits.
Can't afford to lose.
Well, you could have afforded to lose that one, since if you missed, all that would happen is you take 0 damage. Artillery fire coming from Balthus. Leone fires away, gets another kill. And another level for Catherine.
Even I have bad days.
Yeah.
Looks like I'm getting it.
Speed, though, is part of the magic curriculum around here. Sword fights coming in from all the NPCs, and Felix actually participates in the battle. Ignatz gets a kill there with 68, which is distinctly not funny. We've got a door key, very relevant for our flying unit. So let's make sure that we put the iron axe away. How does our green unit champion stand up? Looks like he is still going. Wyleth, with her strategic positioning, manages to take out this bandit. Okay! Rodrigue, taking bold chances, and they happen to work out. Don't take any lessons from this. The Kingdom Army seems to be doing pretty well. I don't know that we needed to be here. Yeah, see, this guy even is coming back for that glory that he lost in the Divine Pulse. Alright, Wyleth and Ignatz, it is time to put an end to this thing before Rodrigue takes any more of those bold chances, we'll call them. Let's see how much experience we can get out of this before Ignatz ends the mission. Onager hits. And somehow we magnetize that steel sword over to Balthus. Couple of punches for Lawrence, gets him double-digit XP, I think. That's something. Claude can't double things as reliably as Leone can. So he gets an entire experience point. Let's see how much we get out of that. A little bit more. Healing's pretty good. Alright, how accurate can we get? 63? Sure. Nailed it. Get to make a bold play of our own, like Rodrigue.
That should do it. We've chased those ruffians away for good.
Thank you so much for your assistance. Please, accept this small gift as thanks.
Yeah, Hero's Relic. Real small gift. Let's, that away for now, I guess. Extra large bullion literally is not a small gift. It's right in the name. And Ignatz MVP. I like it. We still have a little bit of work to do if we're going to get everyone into advanced or DLC classes. I think we need Raphael and Hilda in the A-team that need to get up to that tier. If we're going to have much of a chance in hunting by daybreak, those are the ones we need to focus on. We do have some exciting things on the horizon for B-team members, but there are priorities going on.
I've got this down.
So here is some pointy stick prowess,
Hope this
some
is good for something.
leveling up of magic for Raphael, a lot of magic coming up. That seems to be a pretty common weakness. We have authority training on a lot of the B-team units. since if they're ever going to be deployed in a B-team buffoonery, they need some authority to get decent battalions. Here is Dorothea on a Pegasus, and yes, that was due to our influence. Not entirely good. A lot of people, when they deploy for this particular paralogue, have Ingrid come in on a Pegasus, but she actually had to give it up to Dorothea, and that was the trade that got made.
The more we look into this guy, the more I see he's a monster and no good for my Ingrid.
You could be talking about Lawrence or any of the guys in the Foldin Deer.
We better get back to the monastery.
Hold on a minute, you brats. Hand over the girl.
Surely you can't mean me. Wait, did he send them? This jerk figures he can grab Ingrid before things get too messy for him. Of course, we know the truth about him now, and he'll want to kill us and get rid of the evidence.
Wait, are we talking about Inspector Balthus here? He's the one with all the evidence.
Protect Ingrid! Don't let anyone get near her!
Haha! You'll never escape!
Those dastardly rogues. Is that another name for the Foldin Deer here? Leone is going to just open this chest up. And that's it. She has so little fear that she's just going to do that. Marianne looks like she is pioneering her own build of a mech suit now that we have the Aegis shield to finish things off. We can still get poisoned, so that is not great, but if she never takes any damage from anything, all she needs is the single hit point that poison can't get rid of, right?
Increase the reward. Now hurry up and capture that girl.
That merchant is giving orders to the bandits. I bet if we take him out, reinforcements will cease.
Now, it's important to note that that merchant is carrying the most useful item in the game, the antitoxin, which I have literally never used at any point in this game. So, we got a lot of flawless plans coming at Marianne over there. She is taking care of all of them. Lawrence apparently has enough defense to deal with all this, and his singular punches are still kind of funny to me. Another gambit coming for Marianne, and she just leisurely steps out of the way, which is the only weakness of that strategy. Lawrence gets another I'll just move out of the way kind of thing done. Can he take out this sniper? He can, through the power of punching. And he got the Fetters of Jerome back, so he'll keep on moving up. Ignatz, can you finish this off? Yes, you can. We need to do some of that lance training, because in a few levels, we'll need to think about you becoming a Wyvern Lord, Mr. Ignatz. Okay then, Raphael, let's get off of that lava a little bit and light up our opposition. And they were also strategically not standing in lava. We'll show them how avoiding that goes. Wyleth, we actually want you to get into a vulnerable position here, since you have a lot of dodginess and a lot of speed and counterattacks. So there goes that first unit in the line. Claude, you can come on down. Let's see. Can you actually kill this? No, you can't, but... Oh, well, now you can. There goes the wind, powerful enough to blow some of the molten gas coming from the lava into his face and kill him. Marianne takes that one down to 1, so that it will get an impression of what it's like to be down at 1 HP from the poison. Maybe Dorothea can actually participate in this battle? Maybe? Have to get really lucky with this Tempest Lance, or she'll die. Here we go. That is kind of an awesome little close-up on the Pegasus Knight, and that means that she gets her kill for the battle.
Growth is a part of life.
That's actually kind of a good level as far as they go. 8 strength still, obviously, isn't going to get her anywhere, but she can do double 0. It's every Failure-verse character's dream. lot of running around for those little thieves. Another gambit coming at Marianne. Oh, it hits this time. Could she be in trouble? They might be able to deal damage now. They can. They can deal literally 1 damage. They have gained that incredible capability. Okay, this one is doing a little better. That might be a problem if they can keep that up, but they might just run out of gambits before that becomes an issue. Claude is stealing Leonie's techniques just to show off to Cyril, I guess. Ooh, a hit coming in on Wyleth. I don't know that that will matter, but she does free up the space, so anyone else that wants to can attack her. But it looks like we got rid of the only sniper that was over there. Dorothea just lying in wait. See if anyone else will go down to 1 HP and be a potential target. Ooh, we can take this one down to 2, but Marianne is just going to steal all the glory for herself since Dorothea already got one. Leonie, where even is she casting that physic? Oh, she's right there. Okay, then. Ignatz, go ahead and speed up Lawrence. He needs the help. Now get into a position where you can't get surrounded, and you should be okay. Lawrence, move on up, see what you can accomplish. We don't need to double this enemy because we double by default with the gauntlets, at least when we're attacking. And back on up here. They're still coming for Ignatz, it looks like. And now they're going to come at Raphael. Maybe that's not the best idea since his speed is really rather low. Wyleth, move on up here. You can withstand a whole lot of attacks coming your way. So she'll just weaken that enemy on up. Get the Fraldarius soldiers going a little bit since she can use the extra crit. Let's have Claude train up that training lance of his. That's the pointy stick for you, more accurately. He has the Lester Dicer's core so that he can use this hybrid class a little more effectively. Could you keep up something different, Cyril? We need you focusing on magic. We have to have absolute control of the light Almyran breezes to make sure that our enemies are optimally inconvenienced. Good counterattack there from Ignatz. Punch from Lawrence. Don't know if it took that guy by surprise, but he is still standing. Great counterattack there from Marianne, taking it down to 3. Dorothea might be able to snipe that one again.
It is decided.
And Gambit nails Lawrence a little easier than they can come at Marianne. But I think most of his friends have already attacked. Wyleth doesn't take being hit too lightly. That guy goes down for his crimes. And get out-sniped there. And the Fraldarius soldiers just continue to get more deadly.
Gotta use your head sometimes.
More gambits coming at Marianne. Okay, it connects, but they are running out of friends to capitalize on it. So Hilda is there to heal things up, look after the, I guess, ever so fragile Wyleth. If your magic can't hurt a Wyvern Rider, I feel you have to reevaluate your life choices. We get that anti-taxon, good. It's the best item in the game. Glad we have it. Raphael, fire away.
Should have trained better.
Lawrence, you're stuck in place, so let's see what you can make of that. 69% chance to hit. 82 is literally higher. So it worked out, it just wasn't funny. Leonie, you can physic from wherever it is you are. There she is. And now Wyleth can come in and try to make sure that Lawrence doesn't die. Looks like we can't guarantee that, but 33% is 100%, it seems. So there. I think everyone should be good over here. Claude can still come in and knock this one down really far, though. Okay, we don't nail that crit, so depending on how strong they are, we might be in a little bit of trouble, but our counters should be able to take things out pretty easily. Marianne is going to steal Dorothea's glory there, since she couldn't make anything useful happen with that big, healthy warrior. Raphael tanks some hits. He is in fine shape to do so. This one comes at Claude and immediately gets blown back to the east. Don't know where those guys are going. Coming at Marianne just with physical force is not going to get them anywhere. It's not going to get us anywhere, given that Marianne hasn't advanced in several turns.
Much needed.
But their numbers are dwindling rather quickly. Another upgrade for the Lester Dicers.
Let's get to it.
As Claude does some healing. And it looks like Leonie might do some healing of her own. She doesn't have a recover, so it's just a tiny little bit of HP. All right, Raphael, let's go in with Kirsten's arrow on your training bow. And the most powerful spell in our arsenal lands.
Ready anytime.
Okay, Ignatz just move on forward. Marianne, what can you do? Looks like a fading blow is our most accurate option. And we get two completely irrelevant dodges. I love it. Dorothea can't accomplish anything, neither can Ingrid, so we'll do a bunch of repositioning and see what the enemy has to say about all this. Again, the Veninax can't break through. We get a Beast Punch, which is always funny to see.
You better be careful.
All right, Marianne. Just a couple more punches that'll take it down. The 1-2, and it is over. That particular onslaught is no longer something she has to deal with. Let's move on forward. And now we have some enemies to deal with up here. Wyleth can lead the charge and just take this one out. Really, really hard.
Battle, a chance to grow.
Chance to grow for the Fraldarius soldiers, that's for sure.
Ready and willing.
Now Claude can move forward as well. Thyrsis gives him the chance to Sagittate from a very big distance. Just teach Cyril his ways. We'll get that staff out of the box with Leonie, her natural lockpick ability from the Genie Boots. Claude counters with Sagittate and gets a kill worth 3 XP. Got some reinforcements coming in. I guess the onslaught wasn't over, Marianne. My apologies. Alright, taking some lava damage. You know, we gotta stand in solidarity with Marianne, who's been taking just a little bit of damage over time for a while. We got a sniper down there. Looks like it wants to get Sagittate. Okay, it is down pretty far. Now, Wyleth, what do we want you to do? You're hurt a little bit, so we don't want you in too much danger. And yet, we are taking a risk here by not using the curved shot to get the guaranteed kill. Instead, we had to dunk on him by getting the dodge. Now, Leonie, help us out. Get that 13 healed. Now we're going to move on forward. And Marianne, keep on punching. Ooh, here comes the Marianne copter, and it gets the kill.
That's my cue.
And now we'll reposition Marianne so that she is always fighting. No rest for the beast. Enemy takes some lava damage. Is Marianne going to get stuck in the lava? Yes, evidently she is. It doesn't matter. It can't kill her. Oh, didn't have much to fear over here either. Sagittate, again, gets the kill and the 3 XP, and the Lester Dicers are now at max level. Here comes Cyril up to level 14.
I feel like I grew up a little.
Apparently the Almiran School of Sorcery has very similar curriculum to the Brigid one. Speed first, magic, maybe never. And now, Claude is fast enough to double with Sagittate. Only needs 1, though, when you get the crit. And he has to switch to his pointy stick. He is rapidly out of spells. Marianne has 2 whole hit points. They could hit her for 1, and she'd still be fine. Let's get Lawrence ready to take some hits, and we'll move Claude and Wyleth up on that side. All right, Marianne. put out some serious hurt on this guy just with a regular attack, even though you're rattled. And you won't take any damage in response. It's beautiful. Dorothea, can you accomplish anything? Nope. So stay in the safety of this massive molten pool of lava.
Try to keep up.
Going to nail it again. Okay, 30 isn't 100%. We have learned something about statistics today. Those enemies coming on out. Looks like Marianne will have another wave of enemies to deal with by herself. And Lawrence, how you doing? Looks like that rally wasn't enough to get your speed up above the assassins, but your defense was fine. All right, we got the singular hit point that we always rely on, and that'll get Marianne through to end that guy. Crest of the Beast goes off just for the rub-ins, and we get a prayer ring of all things. Don't want to unequip or Aegis shield for it, obviously. Wyleth, come on in for this kill.
Enemies in hiding? Here? They are really getting on my last nerve.
Yeah, you've been real bothered by these enemies, Ingrid. Wyleth gets that kill. I don't know if she's in range of any of the new spawns. Guess we'll find out. Yeah, she's in range of at least one. Let's go for a gambit here from Leone. That'll land on all 4 of these in the little line. And she, of course, has to maintain the sideways finger gun for maximum trolliness. That gets the Mockingbird's thieves up as much as they can. Maybe she is borrowing Yuri's boots. Who's to say? Ingrid, can you get a kill on your Paralogue? You can. Excellent.
Seems I prevailed.
And now we still have this guy that isn't rattled. Let's try punching him instead of using terribly weak magic from Lawrence here. Ooh, look at that crit animation from the War Monk. It's actually not all that fancy. Leone found it fun, though. So it's just a matter of subjective taste. Raphael going to light him up. The Valley of Torment is just something he is rather fond of. Ignatz, come on in. You can double with the lance that we're trying to train you up with. You have to take an axe hit, but, you know, gotta crack a few warriors to make a Wyvern Lord omelet. Alright, we'll heal up Wyleth a little bit. Looks like Claude is the one that needs some healing.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
But Cyril has learned reasoning from this situation. I'm not sure what is particularly logical about the situation, but something helped Cyril study. Maybe he's working on learning the fallacies. I don't know. Here comes a good counterattack there from Wyleth. The dodge was really fancy. I like how they animated some of those combination dodges and attack kind of things. And the enemies rushing toward Marianne, not really knowing what they're getting themselves into. They think it's a single hit point. How bad could it be? Let's reposition, get ready for everyone else to be in the fight. Ignatz can finish anything off that he wants to. You do, Ignatz. I don't know who's doubting it other than you. Raphael doesn't have physic, but Ignatz is right there. So it's a very common thing for Ignatz and the Victor's performances for someone to need to get healed up in the middle of the show, and that is just what Raphael is here for. Leone as well. And now, let's just move back. That's a lot of enemies to try and deal with at once. And Marianne is at 1 HP. We need to not get hit by this so she's not vulnerable to, you know, death. Okay, that one doesn't land. Swords are not about to break through her mech suit, so she's fine. And they didn't go for the other gambit right away, so I think she's going to come out of this alive. Okay, and this warrior coming at Wyleth, she has her melee weapon equipped, and the pointy stick is powerful enough just to kill it straight away. Not going for the other gambit on this sniper, instead going for the 0 damage poison strike. Very strategic, galaxy brain stuff. Alright, Marianne actually gains HP out of all of the attacks she's taken, given that she's on the heal tile. Lawrence can fix the Claude situation. And now we have a bunch of enemies. What are we going to do about this? Looks like Claude can go for the 1, 2, 3 and take it down. He's back down to 26, so we need to try and clear out the other enemies to make this safe for him. Wylith can do that rather easily, it appears.
Hey, look at you.
So we just have this one guy left over there. But let's cut back to Marianne for a second, because her situation is much more exciting. We don't want to use a fading blow. We miss an 82% shot, so that guy gets to live to presumably get punched by a counterattack and die. We'll find out. Dorothea can't reliably finish off that warrior, so we're not going to waste any divine pulses on that. Good dodge for Marianne there. We'll keep her in the game, though the 15 HP she has is a decent buffer. We get a Beast Punch, which I guess is just what we can expect from her from now on. And a regular punch takes out that guy as we prophesied. Coming for Ignatz. Bold strategy. Gets you killed more often than not. And again... Oh, this time the Poison Strike actually does something, though. Cuts into our buffer quite significantly. Oh, no. This one deals damage even without the rattled status, so that's something to think about. This one does as well, so we really needed that heal tile and the dodge on that gambit. Marianne just on the brink here.
You better be careful.
Well, yes, indeed we do. We need to actually try and make some progress here. If we're going to live. Looks like Armored Blow takes out their ability to deal any damage, so we'll just try and get some damage output. We, of course, get none. So looks like it's another round of hoping they don't hit with the Gambit. They might be out of them if the Sniper isn't willing to use theirs. Okay, Devil Axe coming from Marianne. Can't break through. And, of course, it takes the 10 from the Devil Axe. That's kind of funny. All right, this guy coming at Raphael with a 69% chance to hit. I respect the choice. All right, Marianne manages to counter with her crest.
I think I get it.
And is now learning more about the controls to her mech suit. Okay, 1 damage versus 21. Great trade. Who wouldn't make that on the enemy side? Marianne continuing to gain hit points as the enemy comes at her. Ingrid can go for the double on this sniper. She doesn't get the kill, but it is kind of impressive for so weak of a recent addition to our class. Leonie is tired of just waiting for Marianne to win this war of attrition, so she's going to just fire it down and just steal that Devil Axe. It's contraband, we gotta confiscate it. Yeah, just fire away Raphael, or really dunk on him with a Nosferatu. There we go. Get some of that HP back. You know, Raphael does love to eat. I didn't know he loved to eat the essence of whoever he was attacking. Here we go with a Lance hit to further develop that skill. We're still not even at E+, but it's nice to think that maybe someday we might be. Training Axe hit from Marianne is enough to end the mission, maybe. I think that was the last enemy.
It's coming along.
Yeah, there it is. And who gets MVP? It better be Marianne. It's Wylith. Come on. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in this week. I hope we'll be able to get back to a little more of a regular schedule here. Again, let me know what route you would like to see out of 3 Hopes when we get to the end of the Foldin Deer route here. Thanks for being here, as always.